What's going on, guys? Figured today I make a video on actually one of you guys recommended. I don't know your name, but if you're watching this video, you know who you are. Actually recommended that I should make a video where I got my car and pretty much how I ended up, buying it. And here I am now with it. But I bought this car April 17th, 2011. That's when I bought this car. Now I was looking for, I used to have a 93 blue Oldsmobile, an Oldsmobile Sierra, okay? What happened with that was I had like 170 whatever thousand miles on it. I started having some issues here and there. It still ran great. It was actually still a really, good car. But honestly, it had a problem with like the throttle cable. And what would happen is if you gave it like too much gas, the cable would strip out and the car like wouldn't shift. It was something like that, some cable. What you have to do is you have to turn the car off, put the gas pedal all the way down to the floor, like when the car's off, and then there's like a little button you would push inside the engine bay and it'd reset the cable. After a while dealing with that, it got annoying because there's times where like you try to like merge on the traffic. You try to just drive. Sometimes you just have to just give it some gas, and the car would, the cable would like strip out, and it wouldn't. I had to pull over and reset it. It was just, it became to a point where it was just a nightmare, and I honestly just got tired of dealing with it. So I started looking at cars. Now I kind of wanted the Crown Vic. I was looking at these. I really wanted one, but this wasn't something I was going to be definitely getting. It wasn't like, oh, I am getting a Crown Vic. I was looking at other cars, when I was looking at them. But after a while looking around, I came to the conclusion. I'm like, you know what? I do want to get a Crown Vic. So that's when I started like really focusing on just trying to find, like police interceptors to get. And I also was thinking about getting a Grand Marquis too. I would have actually gotten a Grand Marquis if I found like the right price for one, but I'm really glad I ended up getting the police interceptor. But yeah, I did think about getting a Grand Marquis as well. After searching for about quite a while, guys, it was about 3 months, I'd say, that I looked for a nice Crown Vic to get. I ended up finding this one that I felt was worth buying. I didn't look at any other car. Literally, I found one that looked good. I went, I picked it up. Rest is history. Here it is now. But I bought it in, like I said, April 17th, 2011. What town did I buy it in? I bought it in, not Williamstown. I forget what town I bought it in. It's right near Cherry Hill. I think it's like a town over from Cherry Hill. It's not Medford. Funny story with Medford. I'll get that a little bit further into the video, but it wasn't Medford. I think it was Williamstown. Maybe it was Williamstown that I bought it in. I think that's what it was. But yeah, I bought it there. I talked to the person. I was selling the car, blah, blah, whatever. I remember I checked it out. I was looking at all the fluids, checking it out. Now, when I bought this car, it had issues. Mainly electrical issues. Like, for example, my horn switch doesn't work. That electrical issue I was never able to fix. But the only thing... The only thing that actually did work electrical-wise was the rear defroster. The windows worked too, but they didn't work in the back. They were, like, I could operate them up front, but the actual, like, window switches in the back, they didn't work. We had to hook that back up. There's actually a plug in here. Right in here in this, the B-pillar. There's a plug for the power windows for the rear. That didn't work. What else didn't work? Maybe my rear defroster didn't work. I think the rear defroster was broken. There's a plug for that. Yeah, that wasn't working. This trunk popper worked, I believe, but the one down here didn't. I don't remember what we did for that. I think that was all. No, this one worked. This one didn't. There was a plug for this one too. So that plug ended up getting disconnected. When I bought it, see all these wires here? These were all dangling down. They're all just hanging down. We just zip tied them, pushed them up there. nothing important for that. That was just, I think that's just all their, you know, police equipment wiring. But I mean, the main issue with this car was electrical things. They had put a new paint job on it. It was kind of a crappy paint job. It wasn't actually a crappy paint. It was a pretty decent paint job. But the problem that they did with it was masking, kind of like Mako. They didn't really mask it that well. So even when I bought it, it kind of had some overspray, you know, along the trim and stuff like that. So, I mean, it didn't have a fantastic paint job to begin with, so. But yeah, I remember I took it for a test drive. Not that long. I think I took it for like a 5-minute test drive. You know, I opened it up a little bit, you know, just test out the shocks and everything. And I remember it rode really nice. Now, I don't know, what was I going to say? I don't remember how much they were asking for it. I think when I found it, they wanted $3,800 or $3,900. After I was done test driving or whatever, I checked all the fluids before. You know, I did the normal, just looking at a car, if you know all that. I did all the normal procedures to do looking for a car. Yeah, I think they wanted 38 or 39. I think they wanted 39. And I didn't really negotiate too much with them. I just told them, like, honestly, like, I'll give you $3,200. I'm like, that's just where I'm at. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to, you know, go any lower than that. I'm not gonna try to, you know, oh, $100. I was just like, I'm gonna give you one offer right now, $3,200. That's it, or I'm going home. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. So I ended up buying it for $3,200. Now at the time, you know, I bought it with $81,000. At the time, that was a pretty decent price. They've gone down in value, I'd say, within the last couple years. They've really just like way down in value. They've really depreciated. I don't know exactly, you know, why they've gone that down in depreciation, but I mean, you could pick one up now with 80,000 miles for like $2,000. They've really gone down. So I guess I kind of bought mine at like a wrong time, but it's not like I really care, honestly. I mean, you know, it's not like I don't want to say I don't plan on selling it, but I mean, honestly, if someone gave me the right price for it, I probably would sell it. I mean, I don't think I'd sell any less than 5. If someone wanted to buy it, you know, $5,000, they can have it, which obviously is a lot. I'm sure no one would buy it for $5,000, but if someone really wanted it that bad, $5,000, she's all yours. But I mean, that's pretty much the story of this. So I bought the car, $3,200. I remember I had a problem with the hood. Whatever reason, the hood wouldn't latch. It was really odd, whatever happened with that. It was fine. Like, I remember we had a problem trying to open the hood up. It was like sticking. And then we got the hood open and then the hood closed. That wasn't a problem. But for whatever reason, on the way back home, I remember the hood like popped up and we couldn't get it to close. I think what we ended up doing was just spraying grease in it. It ended up being fine. We put some like WD-40 or some, you know, the lithium grease. I don't remember what we did, but the hood was acting up a little bit. So we ended up taking care of that. But I remember on the way home, I had an extra set of license plates for the car. So I just stuck an extra set of plates on there, just try to get it home. Now, I didn't have it insured. I didn't have, you know, like I was saying, I don't have anything for it. I just had an extra set of plates on it that I had laying around, and no insurance. So I tried to just drive it home. I had my girlfriend follow me. It was actually my girlfriend and my grandmother were with me. But I ended up getting pulled over, of course, my luck. I got pulled over, and since the car wasn't insured or anything like that, the car actually ended up getting impounded in Medford. It was only there, I think, for 2 days at the impound lot. I don't remember how much it was. It was actually cheap, believe it or not. I know some impound lots are like $100 a day. I think it ended up costing me like $60 for 2 days, so it was actually cheap. I don't remember how much it was. Don't quote me on it, but it was either there for a day or 2 days. It wasn't in there long. I was able to get it out somewhat quick. But, so I had to deal with that. I ended up having to go to court, dealt with all that. That ended up being a friggin' nightmare. And then, I ended up getting a ticket for, come on, this guy's way here. I ended up getting a ticket for, I ended up getting 4 tickets, but I ended up getting out of 3 of them. I think I only paid for 2 or 1. What was the ticket that I paid for? Oh my God, I don't even remember. It's been so long ago. I think I got one for... One of the tickets that I had was points, and I could possibly lose my license. That ended up getting dropped. I obviously didn't lose my license. I didn't get points. I ended up getting like a... I kind of got like a slap on the wrist, like, all right, listen, you messed up, don't do it again. So, I don't remember what the tickets are. I really don't remember. It's been so long ago. But that's ended up what I ended up getting. I mean, that's pretty much it. I actually didn't get out of the impound a lot. I remember I had work. I was working 2 jobs at the time. My girlfriend ended up driving out there. She got the car out for me. I gave her the money. I was like, listen, can you just... She's like, yeah, you know, I'll go out there, I'll pick it up. So she ended up doing that. Her and her mom went out. And the funny thing is when she was taking the car home, the lights ended up going out. Because it ended up being at nighttime. I remember she called me. She's like, hey, listen, like, you know, I can't drive the car right now. Your headlights are going out. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, what the hell? But when she lucked out, they ended up turning on. And that's what ended up being my, I'm sure you guys know about the Crown Vics. I don't know if you can see it under here. Is that it right there? Yeah, it's right there. The lighting control module right there. Oh, no. The lighting control module up here somewhere. I don't even... I think that's a lighting control module right there. I'm pretty sure that's it. I don't know. I remember I took it off and you know, I actually sent it out to eBay to get it rebuilt. But my lighting control module went bad. That's the reason why the headlights are going out. It would work if you drove with the high beams on. Like if you just held like the flashers on, like your high beam lights, it would work. But other than that, it would turn off. But she ended up lucking out. They ended up clicking back on, able to get it home. But I mean, it had a few issues. Like I said, when I got it, like I said, they had the LCM. Then I had a problem with the hood. My trunk popper didn't work. The rear defroster didn't work. So there were some issues when I originally bought the car. But I mean, other than that, it's been pretty reliable. Besides like the normal wear and tear things on a car, or things that, you know, go wrong, Crown Vics. The only thing that doesn't really go wrong too much on these that I had to do was the pinion bearings originally. I had a whine in my rear, so I ended up having to get new pinion bearings. I'd say it's really about the only thing that's like not really too common on these that I had to do. I mean, other than that, it's just been like normal maintenance on it, or things that I've done to it. Like when I got into the accident, obviously it's not the car's fault, it's my fault. So anything that I had to get repaired on that, is completely on me. But I mean, I remember the battery went dead on me. I guess the battery's old. It lasted for about a year, I think, the battery. No, not even. I think the battery lasted about, no, I think it was like 3-4 months the battery lasted. I had to buy a new one. But the battery I have in there now is the one that I bought, you know, 4 years ago, so that battery's holding up really well. I'm trying to think what else I've done. I mean, when I bought it, it didn't have the spotlight. The spotlight wasn't here, the bar was here. So it had a light in it, like the bar was here, and you know, obviously the door was cut and everything, but there was no light and there was no handle. So I had to get that. What else does it not have? This came with the police pack, or the trunk pack. I'll show you that without stepping in the water here. It came with this trunk pack, which is pretty cool. It came with these pieces. I still to this day don't know what they are. I just kept them in here, whatever that is. And this is for the ashtray thing. Oh, that was another thing that was broken. I ended up having to buy a new ashtray cover. I actually got that from the junkyard. But these break a lot of times. They snap like that. Those break all the time in these. What else? Oh, there's another thing too. If this was popped up, not on this side, the other side, it was all like popped up. We literally just pushed it right in and fixed that. That wasn't a big deal. But I mean, honestly, how this car is pretty much how I bought it. The ticket light was up there. I mean, I obviously added the car, the bouncy ball, you know. I added the center console. But I mean, that's it. Bought it off Craigslist for $3,200 and you know, here it is now after I guess like 4 years. Actually, well, it's more than 4 years now. It's actually April. Yeah, it's gonna be 5 years next year. Oh my god. Actually, wait, no. I think I've had it for 5 years. April 2011, yeah. Oh my god, I've had this car for a while. I mean, I bought it with 81. It's got 123 on it now, so... I mean, do the math of that, how many miles I put on it. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's just... Like I said, one of you guys recommended I do a video on like where I got my car and, you know, kind of like the, I guess like the history of it. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's the history of my car. Now, for future updates on it, like, I don't want to say mods, but any, like, you know, future things for it, I gotta be honest, I don't really think I have too much for it that I really want to do. I mean, I like it where it's at. I don't want to, like, make it like a drag car or anything like that, you know what I mean? I mean, how it is pretty much how it's gonna stay. The only thing that I might end up doing is maybe I'll put, like, little lights up here, like a light bar, like right here going across, mount holes right there, or maybe even two like little pods for like little like LED lights or something. That's really about the only thing that I think I would do to it at this point. Another thing that I thought about doing maybe is getting like a carbon fiber like wrap or whatever, like a little like trim wrap or whatever you want to call it, and like do like this and like carbon fiber, this right there, and also do this right here, like doing this black wrap and like a dark carbon fiber, because there's different types of shades of carbon fiber. You got like dark, and then you got like more like a silverish carbon fiber. I do like a dark, so the only way you could really tell is if you got up close to it, you could see there's like carbon fiber going around. I thought about doing that, but that's honestly really about it that I plan on doing for this. I mean, the last thing was the tints. So, I mean, for the rims, I'm probably going to keep the rims the way they are. Obviously, I need new tires. I might get the same tires. Depends. I'm really happy with them, so I'll probably end up getting the same tires, if I even still have the car. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows where this car is going to be in the next couple years. You know, whatever. The next couple days, months. You know, maybe someone will buy my car tomorrow for $5 grand and I won't have it anymore. So, I don't know. That's pretty much it. So, in case you guys are wondering where it came from, there you go. You got any questions, comments, whatever, just hit me up. I'll try to answer whatever I can. And like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.